This question comes from Leo, who asks, what if asteroids rained down on Earth every single day?
At first glance, it sounds like the end of the world, meteors blazing across the sky every night. But the reality is more complicated.
Let's start with size. Most meteors that enter Earth's atmosphere are tiny, the kind that burn up as shooting stars.
If asteroids were this small, raining down daily, we'd probably hardly notice them. They'd create spectacular light shows at night, and maybe a few craters in remote areas.
But what if they were bigger? Even a meter-wide rock packs a punch. Hitting the ground at tens of kilometers per second, it could destroy a car, a small house, or a patch of forest. Now imagine this happening every day, all over the world. The cumulative damage would quickly become significant.
Larger asteroids, say tens of meters across, could level entire neighborhoods or small towns. One every week would be catastrophic. The probability of fatalities would skyrocket. We'd need early warning systems everywhere and shelters designed for asteroid impacts.
Let's talk about the atmosphere. Every asteroid entering Earth's atmosphere creates friction, producing heat and sometimes shockwaves.
If asteroids fell daily, the upper atmosphere would be constantly bombarded with heat and energy. This could slightly warm certain layers of the atmosphere, altering weather patterns and possibly creating localized storms.
Dust and debris would be another problem. Even small asteroids leave tiny particles in the atmosphere.
Over time, this dust could accumulate, forming a thin but persistent haze. The haze might dim sunlight, cooling some regions while affecting plant growth and agriculture. Water sources would also take a hit. Imagine asteroids crashing into lakes, rivers, and oceans. Each impact would generate waves, turbulence, and sometimes even mini-tsunamis. Marine life would struggle with constant disturbance, and sediment stirred up by impacts could contaminate water supplies.
The long-term geological impact is worth considering too. Cratering would accelerate. Landscapes would be constantly reshaped. Small hills here, new craters there. Volcanic activity could even be triggered in certain regions by repeated impacts, adding another layer of chaos.
Human infrastructure would suffer as well. Buildings, roads, and power lines would be at constant risk. Insurance companies might refuse coverage entirely, and construction would shift to impact-resistant designs. Even airplanes would face danger from high-altitude debris and meteor trails.
Space exploration would become more urgent but also more difficult. Rocket launches could be delayed due to unpredictable asteroid showers. Satellites in low Earth orbit would face higher collision risks from both natural debris and fragments of destroyed asteroids.
On the positive side, humanity might adapt. We could develop asteroid harvesting technology, turning a daily threat into resources. Small asteroids contain metals and water ice, which could be collected and used for construction, energy, or life support in space colonies.
Life on Earth would change culturally as well. Meteor showers could become everyday spectacles. We might start celebrating the day's falling rock, or even establish observatories to predict the next impact. Our sense of danger and adventure would evolve.
But the question remains, could life survive if asteroids fell every day? If most were small, yes, humans would adapt, cities would protect themselves, and ecosystems would evolve around this constant bombardment. If even a few were large enough to destroy towns, society would face enormous challenges and daily casualties.
Ultimately, daily asteroid showers would make Earth a more dynamic, unpredictable, and hazardous planet.
We'd live with one eye on the sky, one hand on emergency protocols, and a new appreciation for the fragility of life.
The sky might be filled with streaks of light every night, but each streak would remind us that survival requires ingenuity, resilience, and a touch of luck.